At this point, you guys know exactly what I'm about to say, but you know what? In the lieu of keeping consistency throughout this new video series, are you not entertained? Seriously, are you not? Either way, this is Griever, your host as always, episode 9 of Ragnarok. Episode 9 review. Let's get right into it because honestly, 6, 7... nothing really happens in this episode. To be fair, though, it's a setup episode. It's just like a setup chapter. Like, unlike all the naysayers, not every single chapter of Shimatsu no Valkyrie is that great either, guys. You get 50 pages, and it's just like, okay, we get it. There's a backstory. Let's move the hell on. I can't believe there's so many complaints about this anime right now. But at least the pacing is so much faster, so much better than the mangas. Like, don't get me wrong, I love every detail of the manga chapters, but sometimes it's like, I read a 43-page chapter, and I know that X character is a dick. I already assumed that when he showed up in the arena, but now it's confirmed he's a dick. You know, like, some backstories, phenomenal, and they need that detail. Other ones... So the anime does one thing goddamn well, very, very well, and it's that they take the source material, they push it over here, and they change the pacing up a little bit, right? So, and I'm all fine with that. I'm good with that because this episode is a perfect showcase of that. We get through. Not only do we introduce Poseidon and Sasuke and the entire we get the designs, we get how Poseidon is the god among gods and all this stuff, and everybody fears him, and etc., etc. Then we also get Sasuke showing up, and we get all the swordsmen. The best part is that a lot of people are talking trash. They're like, that the world's greatest loser, like history's greatest loser. Like, what are we talking about? What about this swordsman? And Heimdall is the one to bring up. What about this swordsman? What about that swordsman? What about the other swordsman? It's like, nay, it's Sasuke Kojiro, and it's like. But why? Why, when he lost to, one considered the greatest swordsman of all time, why would they not pick him over Sasuke? And then we go to Miyamoto, and then we look at it, and he basically says, like, let's give it a minute. Let's give it a minute. And then he calms the entire water with the ting of sword. Ting. And everyone's just like, number one, on the sun, all the swordsmen that are talking... not talking trash about him, but just saying, like, yeah, we're not really understanding why he is chosen over certain other swordsmen. The sword saying myself, etc., etc. And then they all recognize all at once, because they're all masters of the blade. They're like, he transcended. This man transcended. And it was like, cool, with that one... it was a beautiful, beautiful scene. I actually very much enjoyed it. I love the reactions by the crowd and everything. I thought it was very well done. And in all honesty, the rest of the episode goes on, and we get into, which unfortunately, Adonis, the supposed 13th Olympian god, that's actually completely made up for this manga, for this anime entirely. There is no record of any Adonis. Ironically named the same as Zeus's final form. Is that an ode to his brother? What is that about? We don't know exactly. We just infer and we ensue, and we assume. But Adonis was apparently the older brother of Poseidon and Zeus, Hades being the eldest brother, who we have yet to meet. The fact that Hades isn't here, and we have yet to meet Hades, I wonder about that. But that being the case, we still see all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. And at the end of the day, English VA-wise, I was so thrilled because we get the Poseidon backstory. Not only do we get the introduction to the fight and the first start of the fight, which the fight starts very slow because that's the idea of this fight. A lot of people like round 3 for this in a manga sense, but it's hard to convey in an anime sense where, especially in an anime where now 9 episodes in, everybody's complaining about animation. But the problem is that it's a standoff. Standoff. Quick draw. Standoff. Like, there should be no movement. That's the point. So, it sort of sucks considering the fact that a lot of people have been complaining about the animation and everything thus far. But that being said, at this point, I think a lot of people are, I guess, anybody who continued to watch after Zeus versus Adam is an actual fan of the manga or the fan of the story. They don't mind the anime as much as a lot of the people, the loudest voices on Twitter. So, yeah, maybe that's the case. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm glad that they fit the entire Poseidon backstory into this episode along with the introduction so that in episode 10, we can just jump right into the fight. Because we don't really get the fight yet, right? We don't really get the fight yet. So other than that, the only other thing to say is that Adamas is played by a veteran voice actor, voice of Kenpachi Zaraki, voice of Isshin Kurosaki, from both of those, of course, from Bleach, voiced Aegil in Sword Art Online, voiced, who else? I had a few other names there. Can't think of it. But either way, Patrick, I can't say the last name. Patrick Sweets, whatever. Point of the matter is, I can't pronounce his name, but a veteran voice actor, dubbed so many video games, so many anime, been in a lot of shit, and unfortunately, the one actually, I almost feel like minusing a point off this episode, because as I said, episode 6 out of 10 at best, because it wasn't very exciting, honestly. It's the introduction, and I hate Poseidon. A lot of people hate Poseidon. I didn't really care about this poetic license change about there being 13 Olympian gods, blah, blah, blah. This Adamas guy, I don't care about that. I want to see Hades. Where's Hades? Who's Hades? Let's see the elder brother of Zeus, right? So that being the case, though, we see, and don't you find it ironic that Zeus, we've seen a younger form of Zeus, but Zeus is a decrepit old man, and even in his ultimate form, he's still very old, very ancient. Poseidon is older than Zeus and still looks like he's like in his late 20s. Interesting. I don't know if that's ever going to be brought up in the manga, if that's significant, but who knows. But that being the case, yeah, so Adamas is played by a veteran voice actor, a veteran voice dubber, and the only unfortunate thing, and I didn't minus a point off of it because it's already like a 6 out of 10 episode, nothing really happens. It's not bad, it's not great, it's there. And I don't really like Poseidon, and then, as I said, like, what a waste of a voice actor, realistically. Like, I wish that he was voicing, like, I don't know. I mean, all the VAs are doing a fantastic job, but as far as the English is concerned, so I don't know who I would pick him for, but at the same time, like, he's got so much talent and stuff, and he's now a one-off. We're never going to hear his voice again. Sort of like, why couldn't he be somebody else, somebody who's going to be around for a while? Why couldn't he be Shiva or Odin or somebody like that? Even though I like all the VAs for these characters, it's like, damn, we got such a great veteran voice actor, and now he's gone. So, because Adamas, of course, is killed by Poseidon because Poseidon believes that gods are perfection and he's perfect, and there's no reason to look anything less than perfect in the eye. That's his whole shtick. And, so we're going on from there. Either way, very short, especially compared to my episode 8 review. You know, that came out yesterday because I'm not going to produce this video even though I'm recording it today because I'm trying to get all these videos done so I can actually move on to other content eventually. But yeah, so, quite a bit shorter, more around the regular time frame of my regular reviews. Episode 8, I believe, was special. It's the episode, so it warranted a 30-minute review. But yeah, as far as this one goes, not great, not bad. 6, 7 out of 10 at most. It was okay. And once again, this is not one of my favorite fights. My two favorite fights are round 2 and 4 out of the series so far. So a lot of people love round 3, so a lot of people are going to be pumped for this. Honestly, not one of my favorite fights. I don't mind Sasuke. I really like Sasuke. But honestly, this fight I was a little disinterested, to be fair, when I read it in the manga. So, which is a bit of a hot take in and of itself, but it wasn't one of my favorite fights. I wasn't on the edge of my seat about this fight. So, take that or leave that. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. Drink responsibly as always. And we will see you guys back here again for episode 10 review of Ragnarok. We'll see you back. Blah, blah, blah. We'll see you back here again. Yeah, I'm not editing that out. Bye.